Why do guys that have an issue with me refuse to have a face-to-face encounter? All right, Chris, can I go?
Let's go, Vince. Let's do this.
I never told us this is a first, Raju. First of all, bro, here's the funny thing, Chris. And can you explain this to me as a psychologist? All the people that have heat and issues with me, okay, Jim Cornette, Eric Bischoff, we can go, Lance Storm, we can go right on down the line, okay?
Storm too?
Oh, God. Yeah, well, I didn't put enough belts on him at WCW.
Oh.
So
he had 5.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. So, Chris, none of these people will have a face-to-face with me. They refuse to have a conversation with me. I will do this format with Bischoff, Cornette, you name it. They refuse to do anything where there's interaction like this. Okay, bro, Ric Flair's last match. I get a call from Conrad a couple of months before. And he's telling me, bro, I got this big convention. I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing. He wanted me and Eric to have a worked one-on-one. Vince, it'll be fabulous. We'll make a killing. You'll make this. Eric make that, this, that, and the other thing. I said, Conrad, I got no issue, bro. No. You want to do that? No problem. You know what's all right, Vince? Great. I'm gonna get Eric, and we're gonna do a 3-way and this, that. Bro, Bischoff despises me so much. He refused to do it.
Oh man, come on.
I'm coming to you as a psychologist. Why do guys that have an issue with me refuse to have a face-to-face encounter?
Before the psychologist jumps in, because he'll have a real answer.
Give me an answer. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, bro.
Dumbass.
I'm right here. You want to say something to me? Come on here and say it to me.
I can't believe he would balk at that challenge, considering he was a karate expert.
Well,
He's a karate man, and he wouldn't fight my sweet Uncle Vince.
No, not a fight. A debate.
Okay, there is a problem, and I think it's you can see this in the divisive political culture, is that people that want to engage, the people that are the loudest and scream the most about certain people are the ones that will refuse to actually talk to those people and have a civil discourse and a conversation, or even, dare I say, an agreement. Well, we can disagree. Their bloodlust and hatred and viciousness supersedes anything other than it just the way they're wired. And I think it's the way they're wired. Take it.
Go ahead, Chris. Break it, because I could never, literally, it's like, bro, you're actually gonna leave money on the table because you despise me over wrestling?
Yeah.
It's not personal, bro. It's wrestling.
Well, the thing is, a lot of times when that happens, Vince, the gimmick of hating Vince starts to supersede actually hating Vince. You know what I mean? So people and fans have carved. I mean, same thing with Cornette. You and Cornette. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people who also, although I think Cornette really does hate you according to what other people says, and that says that he says. But I think that now it's like it would be really difficult for Cornette to admit that he agrees with Vince Russo, although I see a lot of people saying, wait a minute, Cornette agrees with Vince Russo a lot, but he won't admit it because the gimmick is I hate Vince Russo. You know what I mean? And so what happens is if Eric Bischoff, the gimmick is me and Vince don't get together, that becomes like the thing that you need to protect.
Folklore.
Yeah, and that was the first word I was about to say was folklore before I went off on a tangent. But the thing is, you have to protect the gimmick. You have to protect that. So sure, Vince isn't that bad, but man, like the gimmick is I'm not supposed to like Vince. So therefore, people are saying I'm over with the people not liking Vince. Man, if I start liking Vince McMahon and agreeing with him, I'll lose such of that reputation that causes me to be controversial. So,
bro, do you know, bro? I suggested to Cornette, bro, let's go on Fight TV, a live, just like this, face-to-face debate live. Charge people $9.99, whatever you want. Listen to this, Chris. All proceeds, every dime we make, give it to the Cauliflower Alley Club. Give it to the wrestlers in need. I don't want a nickel. Give them all. Bro, he refused that.
Because the thing is, he might have been wrong. And so, if there were moments that he was wrong, his tribe basically would be like, wait a minute, like Vince Russo's right there, Cornette. I don't know if I can back you up there. And so you're losing the luster. You're losing the reputation. It's like Nero back in biblical days. Like he tried to pander so much to curry favor for the audience, and then they realized that he was weak-minded. Same thing with Herod back in the day. He was weak-minded, so therefore he had to continue to curry favor because he was exposed. I'm not saying that Cornette is as notorious as Herod or Nero is, but at the same time it's the same concept. It's the fact that you are this tribal leader and you try to curry favor with your crowd, and these are the people who pay for your subscriptions and follow your stuff. You don't want to lose that crowd, so therefore you don't want to cause any moments of weakness in this gimmick. And so that's basically what I see with Cornette and Bischoff when it comes to you. If people got to the point, which it seems like they're getting there, if people got to the point where they're like, man, like Vince Russo actually agrees with a whole lot of what Jim Cornette says, and Jim Cornette agrees with a lot of Vince Russo says, man, that would shatter the whole folklore. That would shatter the gimmick of there's supposed to be this fairy tale hatred between Vince Russo and Jim Cornette. It would ruin the gimmick so much. And I think it's crazy. I think it's unnecessary, but people do things to retain their audience, man. That it's unnecessary.
Go ahead, EC3. I know you want to say something.
I was to say,
does that make sense?
Absolutely, absolutely, bro.
Took a bunch of words out of my mouth, including Nero, which I think I'll use on the next subject. But I think the biggest difference between you and Cornette, from what I listened to, and you guys are such agreement, is everything has to be settled in the ring to him, while for you, it could be cooler to settle it outside. So you, a 6-minute match, can serve the purpose of getting something over, while his version, it has to be a 25-minute, classic.
Yeah, it has to be a promo. Yeah.
Sort of that. You guys are very, very, very aligned.
Yeah. There's so many similarities with
it's wild.
I'll see comments and they're like, I hate Vince Russo, but he's right this time. You know what I mean? I'm like, why?
I can't believe I'm agreeing with Russo on it. I'm like, all right, bro.
Well, actually,
yeah.
It's like Vince Russo was such an S stain, but I agree with him this time.
People can't have the veil of their previous preconceived notions.
Yes, indeed.
Pulled away from them. And the fact is, the truth is so, has so many layers. And
it's cognitive dissonance at its finest, man. That's basically what it boils down to confirmation bias. That's what it boils down to at the very end. If you want to get psychological terminologies here, it's confirmation bias at the umbrella of it. And from a fan standpoint, it's cognitive dissonance 101. So that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.